Okay, now it's time for modifying files and directory. Now, as we saw previously, when I opened the folder, the desktop, and I have created a new text file. Now, I don't want to use the graphical user interface. This is not a hacking way, right? Because after all, when you hack into the system, of course, you need to be a white hat hacker to protect your organization, company, and etc., etc. Not as a black hat to ruining their systems and do bad stuff. No. So we need to learn how to use that using CLI. So by doing that, actually, so if I go to the desktop using the cd command, ls, you can see that the test file is here. So how to create a text file or regular files, okay? We will use two commands for that case. For the first command, we will use the touch command. Touch command, and let's put the name of the file. So let's name it test file2.txt, for example, or without .text. It depends on what you prefer. And press enter. ls, you can see that the test file2 is here. Okay, now this is the first thing, but this file actually is empty. It doesn't have any value inside it. So how to create a file with values inside it? Okay, so for example, I want to use this command echo, and in double quotation, put hi all, and press enter. This will echo, which will print the hi all here. So I can use inside this command, press enter, shift greater than, or the greater than, okay, the arrow, the left, the right arrow here, and here you can put to the name of the file. Okay, so for example, test file, by the way, I can use tab here to autocomplete the text, and if I want to see the content of the file, of this test file, I will use another command called cat or concatenation here, test file2.txt hi all. Okay, you can see that I have created a file using the touch command, and then I have used the echo with the redirection. But again, don't worry about the redirection for now. We will handle the redirection, the pipeline, the grep text manipulation in details later on in this course. But for now, follow me. So echo hi all, and then put the redirection to be inside this text file, and to read the file or read the content of the file of this text file, we will use cat command. Okay, cool. So far so good. So by that we have created a file. Now, how to delete a file? Okay, by the way, before I delete the file, we can use the echo again. As you can see, the same command. Okay, echo hi all, and for example, the test file 3 is not existed, right? So if I type here, if I type ls, you can see that this command can create a file as well. Okay, and put the hi all inside it. So if I type cat test file 3 here, you can see that it is hi all as well. Okay, and if I type the command again, but if I change the content, so hi all 3, for example, and inside the test file 3, press enter, cat it, again, you can see that it will be overwritten. Okay, again, how to append that? We can use double redirection here, or double greater than, but again, for now, just follow me. We will handle that later on in details. Okay, no worries. Okay, cool. So let me clear the screen. I will use this command clear. Okay, so if you man it again, you can see that clear the terminal screen. So clear, it will clear the screen. Okay, so it will be right now empty and clean. All right. So if I type ls again, you can see that we have test file 2, test file 3. So what if I want to remove a file? Okay, we learned how to create a file, and we learned how to put a content inside the file, and how to overwrite the content inside this file. But how to remove this file? I will use command called rm. Okay, so if I type man rm, remove files or directories. Okay, so rm, and then I will choose the name of the file. For example, I want test file 3, press enter, ls, you can see that, yeah, it has been deleted. Again, the same thing for test file 2 and test file. Okay, by the way, test file.txt is not exist because it's not ending with .text. So like this, ls, you can see that, yeah, it has been deleted successfully. Okay, cool. So far so good. Now we created a file, a text file. We edit it, we overwrite the content, we read it, we delete it. Now the same thing for the directory. Okay, but for that we will not use the touch. We will use another command called make directory, or mkdir. Again, manual it, make directories. This is to make directories, and you can see that it is 1, the number here, which means for the binary executable. Okay, so make dir like this, and then let's name dir1. Okay, ls, you can see it is here, and then the color here is blue, by the way, which means this to indicate it is a directory, not a regular file, by the way. But when we type the test file or anything, name it whatever you want, ls, you can see that it is white here. Okay, the result of the ls command, I mean, it is white here, which means this is a regular file, but here it is a blue, which means this is a directory. And how to know that? By typing the L command, the ls-l option. You can see that here on the left, D, which means directory, hyphen or dash here, whatever, it is a regular file. Don't worry about these. Again, these will be handled in boring details, not just a long details. It will be boring. Okay, so no worries, just follow me for now. Okay, let's clear the screen again. Now we have a test file and we have a directory. Okay, so how to delete the directory? We learned how to delete the test file, which is using the rm test file. How to delete the directory? Again, we will use the same command, the rm dir1. But you can see that rm cannot remove a dir1 because it is a directory. So what to do that for now? We have two solutions. We have either to use another command called rmdir. Remember, when we created the directory, we used mkdir. But when we remove the directory, we will use rmdir. Okay, and let's remove dir1. This will remove the directory. Okay, or the second option, which is, let me just create the directory again. The second option, which is using the -r option, which means recursively. Okay, so this will remove the directory. So dir1 and ls, yeah, it has been removed. Okay, so actually using the rm command is universal. Can be with regular file, with directories, special files, link files, everything, no problem. Okay, and how did I know about the -r? It's not a magic. Actually, man rm, as simple as that. Here, if you scroll down, you can see that it has the options -f to force, -r or r capital, or -- recursive to remove directories and their content recursively, as you can see here. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Now, let's clear the screen. Now, we learned how to remove a directory. Okay, how to create a directory and how to remove it, how to create files, how to remove it. Okay, now we have another things here we want to handle. So when we create a directory dir1 and I want to create another directory inside it, for example dir2, okay, this will not be working. Why is that? Because dir1 itself is not exist. So how to create a directory inside it? For that we will use option which calls -p, which means parent. If the parent is not created, create it. This will create dir1, and if I go to the dir1, you will see that we have dir2 inside it. Okay, cool. If I pwd, yeah, you can see that desktop dir1, and if I go to dir2 pwd, yeah, dir1 dir2. Okay, cool. So this means I cd ../..., which means that go to the parent of the current directory, which is dir1. Currently I am inside the dir2. The parent of dir2 is dir1, so I will return back. It's the same as the shift up, okay, in Windows. Okay, so shift up, which means go to the parent, go to the parent. So go to the parent, go to the parent. So here we will go to the desktop. Okay, currently I am inside the desktop. Cool. Now if I type rm -r dir1, you can see that if I ls, it will be removed completely. But if I create this again, let me just create the directory again. And here we can see that we have a directory 1, and inside it, again, the same thing. Inside it we have dir2, all right? So now, if I use the previous command, not just the rm, it will be working either way, because r means recursively delete dir1 if either it is a directory, is a file, whatever, remove it, and -r, which means recursively, even if it is not empty, just remove it, no problem. But if I use the previous command, which is rm dir1, previously it worked fine, but now it will not work. It will not work. Why? Because directory is not empty. You can see that. So that's why using rm dir is troublesome. Okay, me personally, I don't like to use rm dir. I prefer to use rm-rf, which means force, and remove the files or directory, whatever you want. But you need to be very careful, because sometimes when you are working as a root user, you can remove actually a system files, so the whole system will go down, and you will ruin. You will be, in that case, you are the attacker in that case, not you are the protector. So you need to be very careful in that case. Okay, cool. So a quick recap. What we learned that we can create a text file, we can create a directory. Text file, we can create a text file using the touch command, using the echo with double quotation, with redirection and the name of the file, and how to read this file using the cat file or the cat command, then the name of the file. Okay, and we learned how to make directory using the make dir, how to make directory inside the directory using the -p option, how to remove a directory using the rm dir command, and how to remove a directory, which is the preferred way, -r with f, which means forced, then the directory, file, whatever. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Thanks for watching.